So hi guys, Checkers here, and today I'm bringing you a FIFA 14 squad built up of players who are now gold, but used to be silvers in the previous FIFA 13. I will go through what their stats were like in FIFA 13 as silvers and compare them now to their current gold card in FIFA 14. We'll also look at the comparison between their FIFA 13 price and their FIFA 14 price, obviously considering that silver cards, which of course they all used to be, are sometimes worth a lot more than a gold upgrade card. And last but not least, we will be trying to perfect that chemistry and make it as high as possible so I can play some matches with these guys and show you guys out there the best highlights from this awesome team. So we shall begin with the goalkeeper, and this is Silvio Proto from Anderlecht, who is 75 rated, so probably he only just edged out the silver card region and made it to gold. So here he is now in his FIFA 13 as a silver. He was rated at 74 and only got the upgrade of 1 to his 75 gold card. It's funny how little he has changed within his stats on his card, as he has gone from having 68 speed last year to having 53 speed this year. And all of the other stats stayed exactly the same, so making you think, why has he actually gone down in his card stats if his overall rating has gone up by 1 and become a gold card? EA logic right there, come on. Anyway, I bought this guy as a gold keeper for 350 coins, so pretty much discard price, and his silver card last year going for around 2,800 to 3,000 coins on Xbox and PlayStation. So yeah, I really recommend buying this guy this year, as in-game footage with him, he was saving absolutely everything. A very solid keeper with fantastic shot stopping ability. So moving on to the left back, I found absolutely no one as a left back silver from last year that is now a gold. This is literally the only position that I could not find an exact position for, so to help out with the linking of the team, I found Ricky Lambert to slot in here. He was a silver card last year, but since the England debut he had, and his great season he had last year for Southampton, he has made it as a goldie. So after looking at his gold card and his silver card from last year, it's clear to see that he has gone up by 2 ratings to 76. Not quite a solid gold, as again he's probably one of those players that is on the brink of being a silver or a gold. But as we saw when looking at Proto, the goalkeeper, I think down to Lambert's increasing age and being over 30, his pace has dropped by 4 since last year to 59. His dribbling has risen by 1 to 66, and his shooting has gone up by 2, whilst his defending has gone up by 1, passing by 3, and the standout stat rise is his heading, going from 77 to 82, a nice rise of 5 there. As he now possesses the gold card and is obviously a low rated gold, he again goes for around discard price, and in FIFA 13 his price as a silver was 4.5k on Xbox and around 2k on PlayStation, so a big difference in prices between this FIFA and the last. The first centre back now is Steven Kolka, and this is a peculiar one. As you can see in my squad, I have got his gold inform card. This is because he has no normal gold card and started FIFA 14 as a silver, just like he was in FIFA 13. Last year's silver rating was 74 for him, and he was just an absolute beast for a silver centre back. He had a cracking 72 pace and 75 for defending and heading, very decent for a silver. When being put into FIFA 14, EA decided that he wasn't quite worthy of a gold card, and they started him as a silver, where he did improve last year and had 1 better pace, 1 better shooting and 3 better heading. But after a string of great performances for Spurs and now Cardiff actually, he earned himself a gold inform card, where his stats became incredibly good. His pace from his FIFA 14 silver went up to 75 from 73, which of course makes a massive difference for centre backs. His dribbling went up by 3 to 63, 5 better shooting to 36, which is still pretty poor, and his defending went up by a whopping 7 up to 82, which is insane. 4 better passing and 6 better heading to 84, making him one of the best English centre backs out there currently. Now this player, Steven Kolka, used to go for around 4.5k in FIFA 13, and in FIFA 14 as a silver he goes for around 9,000 on Xbox and 7,500 on PlayStation roughly. But we do have the gold inform card for this squad, and I purchased him for around 34.5k, but I do believe he's now gone up to around 48k. It's quite a lot, it's rather a lot, but honestly when playing in game you can definitely see he is worth it. So for our next centre back we have last year's stupendously amazing silver player, Kouyaté. This Senegalese beast was one to watch out for last year, and obviously EA have seen that he is much deserved of a place in the gold card community this year, and hence he is now an average gold card who no one really talks about this year anymore. So let's have a look at last year's card and how insanely good he was for a silver. So as you can see, this boy had an outstanding 83 pace for a centre back, which is crazy, and this year they made him a gold and thought, yeah, 83 pace for a centre back, it was way too high, we can't be doing that again. I know, let's make him an 82 pace, because that will make him so much slower. So anyway, he still has beastly pace for centre back and is still an awesome player to include in your team. The dribbling and passing actually stayed the same from last year to this year, and also his strength, which was ridiculously insane at 88. This stood him in great stead last year as a silver, but this year as a gold he faces some serious competition in the strength department. Get in that gym, boy, and get lifting, bruh. His shooting has gone up by 2, defending gone up by 1, and heading gone up by 2. So some appealing improvements for this player. Last year this player went for around 48,000, a crazy amount for a silver. But last year I can assure you he was definitely worth it. Definitely one to watch out for, and perhaps a player who people should be going for if you're thinking of making a Dutch league team, as he's still playing for Anderlecht and is only costing 350 coins across all consoles. A massive difference from last year's price. So we shift over to the right now, and this right back will be the Inform Carvajal. We have gone with the Inform because we want to see just how much these players have improved since last year, and this is his most recent updated card. So this guy last year went for around 7,000 coins when playing for Leverkusen, obviously before his late transferred card to Real Madrid, where he became valued at 30,000. This year, as a normal gold card, he does go for only about 550 coins, so pretty reasonable, and he is a very solid right back and definitely does a great job for any Spanish or La Liga teams. The Inform card, however, this year, obviously this being the card which we have put in our squad today, costs around 21,500 coins on Xbox and around 25,000 coins on PlayStation. The stats from Carvajal last year were pretty decent. He starts off with 85 pace, and just like our other centre back, Kuyate, EA decided that was way too much for this guy and reduced him in this year's gold card to 83 pace, so not much difference. Although in his Inform card this year he has 84 pace. The dribbling attribute has risen up greatly this year by a whopping 10, from 68 last year to 78 this year. Wow, that is generous, but perhaps he does deserve it. I'm not sure, as I've never actually seen him in real life, but he's probably played really well last year and probably deserves it. His Inform card, of course, going up again slightly by 1. The shooting from last year has increased by 3, and the Inform by 4. The defending stat has actually gone up by 6, which is very, very decent, and his Inform card has gone up by 10 overall. Now, his passing stat as a silver last year was only actually 64, and this year, as a gifted gold card, he made it to 76, which is a dramatic 12 increase, making this guy a much more solid right back, and perhaps more preferable to some people in their teams for La Liga. And his Inform card has even made it to 80 passing, not complaining there. Lastly, his heading has gone up by 3, and not a massive difference here, but nevertheless making him a stronger, improved player as a result. His Inform card making it to 65 heading this year, a 6 upgrade. So overall, a very decent right back, and one to buy for a lot of you out there looking for a bargain of a player. So we move on to Deulofeu now, and this Spaniard has found himself becoming a gold since his transfer to Everton over the summer. So this player's overall rating in last year's FIFA was 71 for his original card at Barcelona, and got himself to a 75 overall this year. His pace does remain the same, however, which is quite pleasing, as many people would love to place this Spanish right winger in a sweaty Premier League team. His dribbling does rise by 1 in FIFA 14, but what's most noticeable is his shooting, as it has improved by a mouth-watering 12, putting him at 66 shooting from 54, which is probably what you need if you're going to put him in a sweaty Premiership team, you know. The defence has gone up by 4, not that it matters too much for a winger, but no one's complaining, of course. Passing has gone up by 6 to 61, so we like that, and it helps to find those strikes in the box and those crosses. And heading does remain the same. So pricing now, and this boy last year was around 4,500 to 6,000 coins, whilst this year he is a mere 700 coins. He's got to be a bargain buy at that price. I'd definitely put him in my sweaty BBL team, and let me tell you, his 91 pace in-game feels more like 95 pace. Our first central midfielder is the Brazilian Gisolai. This Brazilian defensive midfielder is a very decent player, and the first thing I notice is that I can spot a difference between the way they look in both cards. Kinda weird, but hey ho, maybe he wanted to smarten up his look a bit, like get a proper haircut, etc. for his new gold coloured card. So his card from last year only went up by 1 in his overall rating. His pace, shooting and defending has all stayed the same at 80, 64 and 72 respectively. However, his dribbling and passing have both increased by 1, so that's a plus point. But EA seemed to want to reduce his heading by 1, not sure why. Don't ask me, I do not know. So this card isn't really a massive talking point in this squad, but nevertheless he has made it to the gold card community. He's currently selling for 800 coins on Xbox and 500 on PlayStation, so relatively cheap for what you're getting in Gisolai. Last year's silver card went for around the 40,000 mark, so wasn't a cheap player at all. But this year, you can have him in your team because he's pretty damn cheap, you know. The other central midfielder who once was a silver in FIFA 13 is Jordan Henderson, the vastly improving Liverpool player who is finally coming good. He was a 74 rated player last year and even managed to make himself an Inform during one of the weeks. His rating this year as a gold card is 75, but also 77 as he recently got upgraded in January by EA due to his recent performances for Liverpool. But anyway, we shall focus on the 75 rated card as that is what he started with in FIFA this year. So to start with, his pace from last year actually was 77, pretty good, and once again EA decided that it was too quick for Mr. Henderson and chose to give him a 75 pace stat this year. His dribbling, passing, shooting and heading all remained exactly the same. It's like EA didn't give a single fuck when they chose to upgrade him to a gold card. His defending stat rose by 1, so again this player was not upgraded massively since last year, but his newly upgraded card looks a little bit better, but EA decided that he deserved better dribbling, shooting and defending. Last year's card was costing around 8,000 on Xbox and near the region of 10,000 on PlayStation. The newly upgraded Henderson is rated at 77 and goes for a little bit more than the 75 rated card. He only goes for like 600 coins on Xbox and 450 on PlayStation, thus making sense that you buy him instead. Next we have another Liverpool player, that of the teenage left winger Raheem Sterling. He was a 74 rated player last year as a silver, and this year he has become a 76 rated player. Definitely deserves a gold in my eyes, as he had played very well and improved so much as a player for Liverpool. His pace was blistering last year, and at 91 it has remained the same in this year's card. He has also got given the same shooting stat. The improvements we see from last year's silver though to this year's gold is that he has had 1 better dribbling, 2 better defence, 1 better passing and 1 better heading. Definitely a sick player for this year's FIFA 14. Again, he would be a decent winger in a Premiership sweat team. So pricing now, and this guy went from last year costing an enormous 69k on Xbox and 95k on PlayStation. So this year he only costs like 1,100 on Xbox and 1,300 on PlayStation. What a difference the colour of a card can make, hey? So now moving on to the strikers, and the first of the two is Christian Benteke of Aston Villa. Last year EA only rated this beastie Belgian at 72, but this year as a gold he has improved to become a 79. But he has received a winter upgrade to make him an 81 rated player. The pace has gone up by 1 since last year, and is now an 81 paced player. He has a better dribbling stat and got upgraded by 6 to put him at 75 dribbling. Now this is where the striker has improved most as a player, and here it shows that he has increased his shooting by 10, which is very generous of EA, from 65 to 75. Again, as we said for our wingers, the defence stat doesn't matter too much for a winger, but here we see that since last year Benteke has been given a rise of 4 to make him 48 instead of 44. Now we come on to passing, and this guy isn't any Xavi or Iniesta, so we're not expecting him to be in the high 90s, so his 58 from last year didn't improve a whole lot, but nevertheless he has made it to 60 passing in FIFA 14, and his winter upgrade has made it to 62 passing. Lastly, his heading has gone up by 4, making this striker an 81 in heading, and his January upgrade becomes an 83, making this sweaty beast of a striker even more dangerous in that box. His strength this year is also 90, which is godlike, absolutely godlike, but even better is his winter upgrade, which is now 93. Whew, such a tank. Now moving on to his pricing this year, Benteke, his original card this year, has been given the price tag currently at 1,300 on Xbox and 1,500 on PlayStation. His winter card upgrade costs a little more however, as he costs you guys out there currently 6,600 coins on Xbox and 8,000 on PlayStation. Coming back to his silver card last year, and this player cost around 25 to 26,000 coins, and that is not cheap, but he was an absolute beast last year and many people had him as a silver player in their team last year. The second of the two strikers, guess who it is? Yes, it's Lukaku, the tank up front, and this guy was destroying defences last year with his strength and pace abuse. He would smash his way through teams like he was the Hulk. His strength has gone up to 90 from 88 last year in FIFA 13, making him even more of a beast. His rating last year was actually only 74, and this year in FIFA 14 he has made it to 77. He also has a winter upgraded card like a lot of these players in this squad, and it is rated at 80. The pace in this boy has gone from being 81 to 83 this year, and his winter upgrade card being 84. Last year his dribbling was 66, and this year he has dribbled his way to gaining a 73 stat. His winter upgrade is at 75 dribbling. The shooting attribute has remained the same since his silver card, although his winter upgrade card has boosted him to 75 shooting, an improvement of 2. His defending stat has gone up by 3 since last year, although it's not so important. Then his winter upgrade card has gone up by 1 in this department. Again, the passing has stayed the same, but his winter upgrade card has given him a 1 rise. This beast's heading has gone up by 3 since last year to 77 from 74. The January upgrade card has taken him to 79 heading. He'll be an absolute beast and so insane from crosses, as he'd beat most defenders to the ball with his brute strength and big head. This year on FIFA 14 the pricing of Romelu Lukaku is at 850 coins on both consoles, and his winter upgrade card is priced at 1,700 on Xbox and 1,800 on PlayStation. However, last year being a silver he cost people around 42,000 on PlayStation and on Xbox 66,000. But oh, what a player he was, what a player. Okay guys, so that is our starting 11 of silvers to gold from FIFA 13 to FIFA 14. And now we have quite a few on the bench who I will quickly go through and show their silver cards from last year, highlighting the one most improved stat from each. So the South Korean Sun has already gained an inform card this year, and he has gone up by 12 in his shooting since last year. A bit of a hidden gem to a lot of you, as he really is a very decent striker with excellent shot power. Koke now. The Spaniard is another informed player this year and he has excelled in his passing and dribbling, but since last year the most improved stat was his dribbling, going up from 70 to 83, making him a sick player in La Liga. Giovanni dos Santos now, and he was pretty decent last year in FIFA 13, but I don't think anyone thought that he would become a goal player, never mind getting his second team of the week card this year, which we have here. His passing stat has gone up the most since the silver, and he is now an 84 passer rather than a 74, a massive 14 difference. Wow. Now this is the troll Pele, Graziano Pele, the guy that pisses people off when you get him in a pack, thinking that you've got a Brazilian Pele. But this guy actually is half decent. He gained a 17 plus stat on his shooting since last year. He must have scored some beastly goals in real life to gain that. Come on. Again, he's another inform. The last of the informs now, and here is Omer Toprak, who plays for Leverkusen. He has a cracking 78 pace, which is so insane for a centre back, combining with those great defensive stats. His defending has gone up by 8 since FIFA 13 and is now standing at 83 defence, making him one of the best centre backs in the Bundesliga. Now this crackerjack of a player on that right wing is Jefferson Montero. He has been upgraded by 8 in pace, from 84 last year to 92 this year. We move to Alessandrini now, and this French left mid has improved greatly. His stats have been upgraded by 7 shooting and 11 defending since FIFA 13. The next player is the Italian striker Marco Sau, and this guy has improved shooting by 7. Shooting came up to 76. This guy really is a very decent striker and has scored many goals for me within the game. You'll see 1 or 2 of these goals in the game footage, which are going to come up shortly. So we move over to Lacazette now, and last year he was a very good French silver striker, but this year he has become an average gold card as FIFA haven't really improved his stats an awful lot. His best upgrade was actually his heading, going from 69 to 72, a boost of 3. Musa now, and this Nigerian I don't really know too much about on FIFA 13, but he has made it into my squad now and he has improved loads. By 7 in shooting and 8 in heading, a must buy in FIFA 14. Very cheap too, only about 600 to 700 coins. So yeah, now this next guy used to be named Juan. This year in FIFA 14 they've given him the name of Juan Jesus, or Juan Jesus. I think this is because he's more godly this year, perhaps. This Brazilian centre-back actually looks like Jerome Boateng quite a bit from Germany. His most upgraded stat this year is his pace, going up by 6 from 73 to 79. Alberto Paloschi is our last of the lot, and this player was a very decent player last year, but obviously he improved greatly as a player and made it to a gold card this year. I actually remember this guy from Football Manager, and he is an absolute boss in Football Manager 2012-2013. He has a 3 better shooting and a 3 better heading stat this year, but the stats on this player haven't really improved loads. So guys, I hope you enjoyed my Evolve to Gold squad builder, a squad build up of silvers in FIFA 13 to gold FIFA 14 players. And now we will move on to show you just how good these players are in game and how they have improved. And I'm sorry I forgot to include the commentary for these matches that are about to come up, but instead I've just included some sick tunes for your background music pleasure. Enjoy guys, see you soon.